Hi folks, and welcome back to another episode of Ricoh GR102. Now this is a bit weird because you're actually looking at the video editing tools as I'm editing the video. So I'm creating a video and I'm piecing it together at the same time. So these are some of the example images that are going to be in this video here. And today's subject and the next video, and maybe one after that, will all be about low-key photography. And low-key photography is similar to this. This is a silhouette version. It's kind of the visual opposite of low-key photography, but it's still pretty much the same thing. This up here, this one, this is a grubby little fly on a nice little flower. And this is a proper example of low-key photography, where the background is obliterated into darkness and the subject is lit simply. This was shot outdoors with I think a Panasonic camera. It wasn't a Ricoh, this one. It was shot outdoors in sunlight. The background was dark enough with foliage and trees and leaves to disappear by simply by using metering that focuses on that bright single subject. And that is just how you do it. Now, I've got some more examples here. This is a more traditional low-key photography shot. This was on a walking tour of a chalk cave. It was open to the public, no longer in use, but a chalk cave in Denmark, where some of the workers that came from all over Europe were all also talented artists and sculptors, and some of them made this, amongst other things that are down in that cave, from the chalk that's in there. So that's a more traditional, as is this one here. Low-key photography example, subject nicely exposed and brightly lit without any special lighting. Of course, you can do this in studio lights as well. If I just open the browser over here, you've got some classic examples of low-key portraits here. I really like this one here, where you can just see the mouth and the nose and the chin. Hardly anything of the image is there at all, but you know exactly what it is. There's another one here. Where you've got the neck and the collarbone, and really quite beautiful images, and then more detail coming in there, but again the background is obliterated and you're just seeing the bare essentials of the image. It works especially well, as you can see, in black and white, this type of photography, because black and white is all about contrast, lightness, darkness, no colour to distract you. Lightness, darkness, texture and shape. That's what the essence of black and white photography is. And as you can see here, I've got some that are very similar in tone, but what they actually are silhouettes. So this episode is all about getting silhouette. So now we get to a demo. Just by the way, this is my new office space. And this rig here is the camera that does the top-down videos with some extra bits of lighting. As you can see, I'm just going to do a nice silhouette shot now of little Buddha over there. No fancy lighting in here at all. We're just using the background light. So the key to a nice silhouette is you've got background lighting, and then you can play with the aperture and the exposure compensation as you would like to, and that's basically it. And then we'll look at some other examples. So there's Buddha, and I'm just gonna get in there, focus on the face there, and then you got a shot of Buddha. You can mess about. I've got my exposure compensation on the jog wheel up here on my thumb, because I'm running in aperture priority, as I usually do. And we can get a little bit closer there, focus on the face. See, the camera's autofocus is also recognize it as a face right now. And I don't know if you can see it's sometimes better if I get the screen brightness way down for you to see it better, like that. There. Now it's even focusing on the eye, but we can go back a bit, put it like that. Or we could even go in and hit the macro button here. Now we've got the little flower over there, you can see, and get really close. And there you've got the silhouette. Now in spot metering, you can have a hunt around the image until you find a metering level that you like. There, for example, just on that edge there, then I've got my auto exposure lock on the FM button. Lock that now, and then get in and get that exposure. I get the shot rather. So a much darker image there. So that's some of the things you can do. Highlight weighted metering, spot metering. Highlight weighted metering would expose for the entire image, but pick out the highlights and itself and expose for those. And spot metering lets you go hunting within the image. If I just switch off, you'll see what I mean here. It's very, very dark now because it's metering, and I've also told it with the exposure compensation to go under. If I bring that up to normal, and we'll look like this, you can see the whole exposure changes. If I point it at something dark, it lifts the exposure. If I point it at something light, it reduces the exposure. So that lets you hunt around in the frame for something you like. Then you can lock it and recompose. I'll just do that one more time. Just get on the edge over here, like that. And then I hit the FM button. Auto exposure lock comes here. Now it won't change. That exposure is locked. It will not change. And then we just get one like that. Center. And there you go. Here we are back in DaVinci Resolve, and I'm going to show you my final image here, and probably my all-time favorite black and white silhouette low-key image, and it's this one here. Now this is one of the very, very first images I took when I got my new GR3X, and I think it turned out really, really well. It was a sunny day. The colour version of this, you would see green grass down below, blue skies, trees with plenty of leaves on, and there was a church off to the left, and these kids were playing around on the approach to the church, and I just think it's a fantastic image. Depending on how you crop it, it can look playful and innocent. Sometimes when I zoom in closer to the guys in the middle, it has kind of Stranger Things kind of vibe to it. Something's a little bit sinister, maybe like a Twilight Zone kind of vibe. And yeah, it really is one of my favorite silhouette low-key images, and I think it's great. Myself, I don't know if you like it, but I love this one. It can be so many things depending on the crop, and I shot it in black and white. This is one of the original black and white images. I transferred it to my phone, and I actually lost the DNG RAW file somewhere. It just I don't know what I did, but I lost the DNG RAW file, so I had to save what I could from iCloud, and yeah, it's a shame. But this is one of my favorite images in the silhouette style, in the silhouette low-key style. So that's it for today. The next episode in this series is going to focus on traditional low-key, where we're not relying on backlights, but we're lighting the subject from the front or from the side, and we're going to obliterate the background instead of lighting the background. So thanks for now. Peace out. I'll talk to you soon.